Today we are looking at text features for nonfiction texts or texts that are written about real life. A feature is actually anything that is important to an area. So a feature is a part of a larger whole. It's normally used to describe something. A text feature is a part of the text used to help understand it. So we're going to focus on text features, but features can be used throughout all of reading and all of writing. There are three parts to text features. The first part is the style of the text, which we will be looking at first. The second part are the parts of the text, and the last part are additions to the text. We'll look at these three parts closer in the next few slides. The style of the text comes first. There are three types of styles that the text can be written in after plain text. The first is the bold font. Next is italics, and last is colorful font. All of these types of text draw attention to the different ways the text in different ways. Bold is normally new vocabulary in the text. Italics focus on important words and stress significance, while colorful text normally indicate important changes in the text itself. Let's try it. On your questions, you should follow the link to a text page. Only read the sentences with bolded, colorful, or italicized words in them. Then, summarize what you read in the question. Remember, when you do this in real life, this only gives you a basic understanding of what you read. Do not do this if you are trying to truly understand what you are reading or you are confused about what you are reading. The second part is parts of the text. The vocabulary for this section include the title, heading, index, glossary, pronunciation guide, bibliography, and table of contents. We are going to look at each of these closer. Titles. In general, the title of the text gives you an idea of what the whole book or chapter is about. The headings give what that section or portion of the text is about. You can find a list of titles in the table of contents with their starting page numbers. This works very well if you are looking for a certain subject in the book but do not want to read the whole thing. Let's try it. Follow the link in the question to a text page. List the title of the chapter and the headings of the sections in the chapter. Then, use the table of contents link to find the chapter for enlightenment. The next section is guides. These help people find words, phrases, or sections of the text that they would not be able to find by just reading throughout the book and skimming. A glossary gives you a list of vocabulary. Those are normally the bolded words we just learned about, and their definitions. This is normally found at the back of the book. An index gives a list of key terms and ideas in alphabetical order with their page numbers. This is useful if you are trying to remember when you read that word but can't remember what page it's on. Pronunciation guides tell you how to pronounce difficult words in the text. Normally, these are words with foreign languages in them or longer words with 3 or more syllables. Let's try it. Follow the link to a text page. Use the link to find the pages for Bill of Rights. A bibliography is at the very back of a chapter or section. It lists the sources that the author used in order to write the information. Note that it is important that the bibliography is in alphabetical order. When you write your informational text yourself, you should include a bibliography with your paper. This prevents plagiarism. Bibliographies are vital to preventing plagiarism both in academic texts and in everyday life. If your source does not have a bibliography, you cannot necessarily trust the information that is in it. Additions to the text are the last section that we are going to focus on today. The vocabulary for this sections are maps, illustrations, diagrams, graphs, and photographs. Graphs and diagrams are two different pictorial representations of what information can be. Graphs are visual representations of number facts. They give an easy view of numbered information. This includes populations, data, and other information. Graphs can be formed in pie graphs, bar graphs, or histograms. Diagrams are visual representations of facts using pictures and bolded words to make information easier to understand. Let's try it. Follow the link to a text page. What is the percentage of African schools that do not have a library? Photographs and illustrations. Photographs are pictures of someone or event taken at the time it happened. Illustrations are drawings done by a person. Maps are also a form of picture. They give a location of places or populations. Let's try it. Follow the link to a text page. What states border the Pacific Ocean? I hope this information brought you good information about text facts.